All right, the Alchemy set of Duskmourn just came out today. I wasn't even aware that was going to happen, but it came with two commanders, just two. Guess that's not really too crazy. There's only, I think there was 30 cards in it. The two legendaries, one of them is this. I can't imagine this is any good at all. It's mono white and it's asking you to like play creatures, but also you can't have any creatures if you want to swing with this. So it's like a 4-minute anthem in your command zone, which is all right, but you can obviously just play something that's categorically better than that. I don't think this is real. This one's interesting though. So it's a 3-minute 3/3. It's green. So ideally, you always want to play this on turn 2. It's got enlist, and when it has a survival mechanic, so when it's tapped post-combat, you seek a survivor equal to the amount of tapped creatures you control, and then everything gets a 1/1 counter that's tapped. That's pretty cool. It's card value engine nonsense in a green-white deck that likes creatures, so think like Collected Company and all the draw a card when you play a creature kind of things that white has. I don't know how many survivors there even are in the game. We got a couple new ones, I guess. There's Improvising Aerialist. I'd throw that in there. And this one's cool. It already enters tapped, and then you get a land out of your graveyard every time post-combat as its survival mechanic. And then it gets +1/+1. I kind of like that. We got this, which you can apparently cast off the top of your deck. If it's there, it just shows up on the top of your deck. I know Alchemy cards are nonsense. And once it does that, it then proceeds to let you do it with other creatures. So I guess we're alright with this as well. Why not? Why not? This one seems to be the most interesting card that I've seen so far, which is a one-sided anthem, and on the other side, it creates copies of itself, sort of. And then you can just keep making things larger and larger. And that seems pretty cool. So I think there's enough new cards and the new set, I guess. Well, I don't even know if I call this a set. It's like 30 cards, but why not? Why not? It's a new commander, and I don't outright hate it. At least one of the two is all right. So let's see what the deck looks like. Okay, I added all the survivors worth running, which there are 10, and they're not very good, but it's a new commander. It's a new strategy, I guess. It's got a little 1/1 counter action. Hamza didn't know this card existed till chat told me just now. And I suppose it's a Hardened Scales deck, and just barely a Bristly Bill deck. It's not like multiple lands a turn kind of thing, but still the 5-minute activation could just out of nowhere be very scary. I'm not a giant fan of Roaming Throne, but we'll take all the survivor help I suppose we can get. And yeah, and then just typical things that tap your commander if for some reason it cannot attack, which, well, you know, happens more than it doesn't, I suppose. And yep, that's it. That's all I've got. Send it. I'm going to assume our opponent mulliganed for the old Mana Dork. We're going to name green. Haha, yes. Meh. They didn't get it, or maybe they haven't just had a mulligan or something. Alright, our commander on its own is awkward. The only good survivor? I mean, technically, sort of, yes. Sort of, kind of, yeah. My opponent has access to some pretty good cards. And then tapped. Alright. I guess that's what we did. So I can actually use Roaming Throne this turn and have it do something. A face-down card. Whoa, whoa, Aragorn, you need to cool your jets over there. You gotta calm yourself. Enlist the creature. Well, hold on. How does enlist work? Okay, there we go. All right. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, we did stuff. It worked. We did stuff. In the first game, we did stuff. Or I should say the first real game. Oh no, what's this? Okay, sure. Okay, alright, okay. Oh, come on. Come on! Come on. I have no way to tap things, correct? Except this just entering tapped innately, but it doesn't do anything when it enters. Okay, I literally have nothing to do, so... Alright, Aragorn, don't just one-shot me with stupid cards, please. Or have 15 removal spells. I'm almost surprised they didn't swing, actually. So... I don't think they have to block this. Oh, wow, they do? Okay. Wow, I didn't expect that. I didn't think they had to block that, but I can't imagine them upset with that. And then play this and probably put a 1/1 counter on the greeter, right? I don't really see what 2 life is doing. Aether Hub is a decklist site. Yeah, it's where I upload all my decks and stuff, if that's what you mean. So... Guess I'm just playing this? And then Alpha Strike, they take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I lose the Gala Greeters. There's no way this is wrong, right? Read the cards in my hand with that thing. Yeah, you can do some weird stuff with it. I don't have any like add-on stuff on my whatchamacallit. Wait, this isn't lethal, but I'm still gonna avoid just dying out of nowhere. So this thing and okay. I believe they are now dead. They are. Cool. Wow, I beat Aragorn. I actually beat Aragorn. Look at all that green mana, too. Look at that. Nice mana dorks. Cool. Seems like fair magic. It's pretty fair. It's just like creatures and some card draw and then some +1/+1 counters. Alright. Probably gonna lose to this. I don't know. I don't have a lot else to that. So let's play this, and then I have 3 mana. We can play this and this. And this? That's kind of cool. We have a good split up if my opponent goes crazy. Alright, now Split Up blows up the Pixie. Well, they know about Split Up, so it's a little bit less exciting. Let's play this. Let's play this. And then... do that. Definitely don't want that. We have 2 lands, by the way. And my board state is terrifying. Two lands. 2 lands. Cryptolith right. Yeah, Halo Fountain hasn't done anything yet, but I did cast it. How close were we to winning with it? Because against the Emrakul deck, could I have, like, scam 1 and not realized? I don't think so, but... maybe. Bats versus survivors, sort of. So... let's play the wrong land and be upset. I played the wrong land. I played the wrong land. I played the wrong land. I literally ruined my entire universe. It's alright. We can get over it. Let's play... I guess this. So I have Humiliation for 2, which does shut this down if they cast it forever. So let's do that, shall we? I don't want to kill it, I just want it to have no text. So this card, saddle here, and then put a counter here. And I can't swing with anything except this, but I kind of don't want to. So I guess I'm just not. Maybe it was fine to take a turn off to put a counter here. Alright, it looks like removing the text on my opponent's commander was a bigger deal than whatever it was I was doing, but... I love Necrobloom. I might play it again. I really like Necrobloom. Jealous of the gingerbread sleeve? It's a funny one. This card has been seeing some play. I don't think I like it. And oh, this deck specifically, but it's been making some moves. Oh wait. So this or this? Probably this and just swing. Because I need to leave up Mana Tithe. Leaving up Mana Tithe with Minas Tirith. Mana Tithe with Mana Tirith. Yay! Alright, Mana Tithe did it. Mana Tithe actually did it. Fortunately, my hand is really weird, and I don't know. Alright. Me take 3 drop. That's what the opponent says. I get it. I can get behind that. That's a very interesting card. Don't normally see that one. Okay, I missequenced my lands. I'm taking an additional damage here. So, if they don't have Ritual of Soot or Damnation, maybe I can actually play the game. I don't think they're running Bontus, but barring a sweeper, I think this game is in fact playable. So, swing all out, because I have to. I don't think there's much else to even think about, honestly. Okay, well, that's all I've got. They either have a sweeper and they win, or they don't and they lose. And I think that's about it. They don't have it. We win. Alright, surely this is a deck with counter spells, and my Delighted Halfling is busted. Let's find out. Surely that's what gets them good. Let's go get a white source. I suppose yeah, I'm always playing my commander. Soul Shredder. Interesting. Hey, I can play that off the top of my deck. But the question is, do I? If I do this, I can also play Skrelv. So I guess yeah, alright. Alright, look at that. Chittering Illuminator value. Look at that. I don't immediately lose to Brotherhood's War, or the 3 mana deal 3 to all, or whatever. Sai can be pretty scary. Sai can be pretty scary here. So, let's play this as my land. Always playing Roaming Throne. On Survivor. Do the swingies. This is half my opponent's life total. And if they don't block it here, Skrelv can make it unblockable next turn, and then they're just dead, so... If they don't block here, they have to answer it in a different way. Okay, fair enough. Can't say I'm upset with that one. That's a pretty good sequence, actually. The seeking of survivors has not been too crucial, if I'm to be honest. No dead creatures. Anything to play pre-combat that makes any sense? Not really. I can't reasonably tap anything. Right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, there's nothing I can do that involves my creatures. So, we're just swinging like this. And I think that's alright. We still get 2 Seek triggers. But again, I'm basically running out of survivors to draw anyways. More about the 1/1 counters. So... let's play the one I haven't. Actually, no. I'm gonna do this. Wait a minute. I already played a land. Oh my goodness, I'm dumb. I thought I didn't play a land. I see how the forests are split up, so I obviously did play a land. I'm dumb. Still fine, though. Between Skrelv and... well, just the raw size of my creatures, I'm not too upset with that. A lot of Thopter action going on. Alright. Well, if they didn't have a land, they did find it. But they are dead on board. I don't really know what they can do with 2 mana. That's not it. Okay. So I didn't screw myself over with that Kami, but okay. So this was I did change it around since the intro, but this was pretty good. I will say the survivor package, seeking survivors and putting them into your hand, those creatures are better just as random. Like, they could almost have no text on them because the 1/1 counter portion of this was so much more significant than seeking random survivors. The only thing that did was draw me creatures that then I can hope get bigger with the 1/1 counters, and I never really cared about the survivor text boxes, right? Like all the random survivor, I ended up taking quite a few of them out too. All this one, actually, I don't know if I even put this one into play. I never got a land off of this one. The one with that got flying worked sometimes. This one worked a couple times. I never got this into play. I never got this into play. Honestly, I might even want to get rid of the 4 mana ones. It just any 4 and up was just an annoying spot. Roaming Throne did impress me more than I thought it would, but you could sort of look at it as a hardened scales that just double triggers my commander. I don't even really care about drawing a second survivor. It's kind of cool, but for the most part, really the best case scenario for my survivors was them caring about Takasha's Welcome or Welcoming Vampire or Enduring Innocence. Like, I can use those survivors to draw more cards and, again, just make them bigger, because I don't really care about what they do that much when they're tapped. Like, oh, their survivor text. It just didn't really matter. And most of the time, I didn't have a way to play them pre-combat and then tap them going into combat, so I get value the very turn I play them. That's just on me. I was not playing enough crew and saddle cards to just tap things a bunch. I didn't really think that's what this deck was going to try to do, but it ended up being really the best thing I could do. So I would definitely reevaluate that. Halo Fountain came sort of close to doing something twice, but it just ended up not doing anything. So it can probably just come out and just add a crew card, add a saddle card or something. I thought this would be neat to try again. It's like a Phyrexian Obliterator every now and again when you're in the mood to play something wacky. It just doesn't function. You need to play Riz the Redeemed, make 15 tokens really quickly, and also not just simply kill your opponent with 15 creatures. Right? Like, you have 15 creatures, why is your opponent still alive? I don't see what you're trying to, like, all of your 15 creatures are literally tapped, which means you probably swung with them. How is your opponent still alive? You're never getting the bottom part. But the middle part was the one I was mostly interested in anyways, and that still didn't, that didn't do anything. I didn't get enough interest or enough examples of Bristly Bill doing anything significant, but it is cool to have the 5-minute portion of this matter, usually just the top part, and I think this is one of those decks where you could actually justify the bottom part. It just never came up. It is what it is, though. Other than that, it was just sort of green-white 1/1 tokens with very little in the way of setup on your part. The only true significant setup that is extremely, extremely substantial is having a mana dork. If I did not have a mana dork, I was a turn slower. That's a lot different than, let's say, playing a 4-mana commander on turn 3. Playing a 3-mana commander on turn 1 is massive when it's possible, and this can rather consistently do that. I did not have to mulligan to 6 or 5 every game to find a mana dork. There are almost enough mana dorks that basically every 7 is going to have it, especially with a free mulligan, right? And I would really recommend you always get a 1-drop. You don't have to be on the play all the time or anything like that, but you really want a 1-drop. If you're on the draw, you probably have to have one. Just no questions to ask. If you're on the play, maybe not. Maybe you can play like Guide of Souls, Esper Sentinel, Giver of Runes, or just simply not have a turn 1 play. I think it's possible to do that. There are a lot of 1-mana cards in this deck. A lot. So it's very likely I at least have something to do on turn 1. And it wasn't always a mana dork, but I'm pretty sure for the most part, at least the games that might wind up on YouTube might be. I'm not actually sure how many games I won without a mana dork, simply because I did not give myself the opportunity to never have one, right? I'm always looking for one. And honestly, that's probably just fine, right? That's probably just the right thing to do. If that is what you have to do, then so be it. It is what it is. The format's just as insane as it is. It's not much wiggle room, right? There was games where I lost to turn 1 Dark Rituals, turn 2 Dark Rituals. I'm losing to those. So, like, if people are going to be doing that to you, if people are going to mana drain your stuff, this is what you have to do to play something that's arguably maybe too fair. Just like playing creatures and making them get +1/+1 every turn is like a really fair thing to do, because I'm not vomiting out 15 creatures to then grow really quickly. It's like 1 creature, then 2, then 3, and then maybe 4 creatures get counters. And that's just a little too fair. I think that's a little too fair. The ramp decks were probably the worst thing I bumped into. Control wasn't a big deal, and I never really saw other creature-heavy strategies that weren't just like big ramp decks. I think I would fare kind of well, because I do outgrow other creature decks for the most part. But most creature decks are green, and then most green decks are big. So this is, maybe one of the more uncommon strategies in general. It's just playing a bunch of go-wide creature nonsense. But I still liked it. I actually liked this commander. It was pretty neat. So let me know what you thought about it. If you have ideas to make it more goofier or better, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.